This is the all-new 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Now, this is one of my most anticipated vehicles of the year because you guys remember I reviewed the 2022 Mitsubishi Xpander last year and I absolutely loved that vehicle. It was bigger, it had a higher ground clearance, and it's absolutely sexier than the previous model. And this right here, it's more than just an SUV variant of the Xpander. In fact, it's got a lot more going for it than just some cosmetic upgrades, which I'll show you later on. So check us out. This is going to be our first look and review of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. First of all, you've got this blacked out grille that's mounted a little bit higher above the belt line to give you that SUV look. It emphasizes the higher ground clearance of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross as compared with other MPVs and SUVs out there. You also have a different implementation of the dynamic shield design and trades in the angular look of the Mitsubishi Xpander for a more boxier, squarish, and even a geometric design pattern that kind of mimics the Mitsubishi Montero Sport. The headlamps actually isn't arrow-shaped anymore. It's boxier as well. So boxy is the name of the game for the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Now right below the chin, you've got a silver trim design. It's also mounted on this bull bar design on the front bumper. Overall, I love how the front facial looks. It's distinct, it's different enough, and adds a little bit more spice and excitement and aggressiveness to the regular Mitsubishi Xpander. The side profile of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, it does have the black plastic cladding this time around, giving you that SUV credentials. Right below the door sill, you've got the silver trim here, emphasizing its ride height, that increased ground clearance. But I think this is the biggest and my favorite change to the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. This time around, you got a two-tone design, and it really looks kind of aggressive, kind of ready to take on any adventure you want to take it to. But take a look at those 17-inch alloy wheels. The 17-inch alloy wheels actually feature this interesting design pattern, and you know me guys, if I usually say in my channel that if you don't like the wheels on it, you can always go aftermarket and replace it. But look at this. This is one of my favorite OEM wheels that I've seen in a long time in a stock vehicle. Another thing to note about the side profile of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross here is that on top, you finally get functional roof rails. I was actually looking for these in the regular Mitsubishi Xpander, but I guess they're saving it for the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. And yep, that's not going anywhere. Right here in the rear of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, not much changes right here as compared to the Mitsubishi Xpander. All you see is the same silver trim right there in the, below the rear bumper, and again that bull bar design. You got LED tail lamps, same ones on the Xpander. The two-tone look on the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross really completes the whole look for me, and I love that. Even on the rear here, it's just stunning to look at, especially in this orange color. Let's take a look at the cargo space. You've got a manual tailgate. You open it up, and as you can see here, you got lots of space inside. Even if you have the third row seat mounted up, you still have enough cargo room to put all your stuff in it, and you can even lift the floor right there, and you can put some small items in it as well so it won't jostle around, not going anywhere. If you need more space, you can fold the third row seats down, giving you enough room for all your bags for a long-term out-of-town trip. Or if you really need even more room, those second row seats fold down for you as well. It's really cavernous. It's not called the Xpander for nothing. In fact, this is the Xpander Cross, so it's even more so. Alright, so that's enough of the exterior. Let's take a look at the inside and see what's what. Alright, so inside the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, you'd see not much changes, but what is different between the Xpander Cross and the Xpander is really significant. First of all, you got this all-new design steering wheel, which seems to have been lifted off the Mitsubishi Montero Sport. It's a 4-spoke steering wheel as compared to the 3-spoke from the normal Xpander. Of course, you got your touchscreen infotainment system that powers 6 speakers. By the way, that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You got what seems to be something that looks like carbon fiber trim at the middle of the dashboard, plus some soft touch material. The dashboard actually looks like it's colored in this navy blue color, which again differentiates itself from the Mitsubishi Xpander and gives it a more premium looking feel inside. More of that navy blue trim can be found on the door sills and the door cards right there. Those are soft touch again. And yes, these optional leather seats, they actually look kind of premium to me and looks very durable, I gotta say. They don't seem to retain a lot of the heat here. I guess Mitsubishi was able to put in some sort of synthetic leather that doesn't retain a lot of heat, especially during these hot summer days. Those are basically the differences from between the Xpander Cross and the Mitsubishi Xpander. And up front here, and it's still the same ergonomic design that I really love. So let's take a look at the back. And I'm sure that there aren't much differences as well between the Xpander Cross and the Xpander, but let's take a look at it anyway so it can help you guys out see what the Xpander Cross has. Alright, so right here on the rear, yes, it's pretty much the same as the Mitsubishi Xpander. Again, you got a lot of space to sit here. I'm sitting behind my own optimum driving position, but still I have a lot of room for my knees and my feet, and even headroom. Headroom is, I gotta say, almost class leading for me. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Also, right below, you have 2 USB ports. You got one USB-A and one USB-C. You got your aircon vents up top here, as well as a switch, a dial to control the fan speed. I know you guys have seen the Mitsubishi Xpander before, and you've seen me try to fit myself in the rear on the 3rd row seats, but let's see it here anyway. So again, you can see what the Xpander Cross is. Hey, okay. The 3rd row seats are best left for people who aren't as large as me. I'm 5'10.5". I'm pretty wide. I'm pretty chunky. But as you can see here, not much room left for my knees at all. It's actually banging against the 2nd row. And if you can see here, my feet are pretty it's pretty tight right here below as well. All right, so there you go. It's a no-go for me. Well, maybe in a pinch. I could see myself traveling just a few kilometers here if I need to go somewhere, and I have the seat in the 3rd row seats. It'll be fine, but for long distances, someone as myself won't be able to be comfortable behind here. But at least you got a 12-volt power socket in case you need to charge your phones, and if you have your own car charger, you can put it right there. That's fine. Alright, so that's enough of this. Let's take this baby out for a spin and see how the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross drives. Alright, so we're behind the wheel of the all-new 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Under the hood, you've got a 1.5 liter dual overhead cam naturally aspirated engine that makes 103 horsepower and 141 newton meters of torque. All the power goes to the front wheels via the 4-speed automatic transmission. So if all that seems familiar, it's because it's the same in the Mitsubishi Xpander. Now, if you notice the front fenders, they kind of look puffy. They look boxy and they kind of look raised in a bit right there. The logic behind that is that if you see a couple of videos of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, they actually had to wade through floods and all that using the Xpander Cross. And instead of they're doing so in top speed actually, and in high speed. And you can see the floods going all the way to the side of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross instead of going to the windshield. Also, the way that the hood is designed here. Look at this particular line of sight here while you're driving. It's more thoughtful, not just for you, but for pedestrians as well. But because of how this is designed, your line of sight actually sees a particular object up to 1 meter right there up front. So you won't miss them, you won't get into an accident just because you didn't see them in a blind spot. It actually reduces all the blind spots all around, again making this a much safer vehicle. Another change from the Xpander Cross this time around is that during low speed parking maneuvers, they have a much better electronic power steering here. So the power steering usually makes things easier for you to park by making the steering wheel lighter to touch. But here, with the Xpander Cross, it's actually better in making the steering wheel more neutral than it was before. The Xpander Cross works in a way that it actually puts it back in neutral as soon as it can. Safety features inside here, you got dual airbags, you got ABS with electronic brake force distribution, there's hill start assist, you also have cruise control. Now on to my favorite part, which makes the Xpander Cross special. You have active yaw control. What is active yaw control? Active yaw control is a special system that controls the left and the rear tires to make sure that you have the best possible handling possible. There you go, see? We're currently doing sharp turns right now here, and we're being as flat as possible. If active yaw control sounds familiar, the same principles apply to the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. It's not a sports car. It's no sports car by any stretch of the imagination, but it contributes in a way to make it a much safer ride than the previous generation. And I really appreciate that Mitsubishi is actually taking steps to make things safer and using technology to do so. Pricing for the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander Cross starts at 1,328,000 pesos, and that's for the single tone color, what you got right there. If you want the two-tone color, you gotta add 10,000 pesos. So for the two-tone variants, you get 1,338,000 pesos, but there's a special white color, and then you had to add 15,000. At that price point, it really gives you a lot to think about. The difference between the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross and the Mitsubishi Xpander with the complete body kit, as we reviewed last time, isn't that much far off. So it gives you a lot to think about. Would you rather have an MPV that looks sporty or an SUV that's not only quite dashing on the outside, but it's very functional as well? And the extra active yaw control, yes, it's not really something that you can overlook, these types of details, these types of features, because one day these things can really save your life. And that is my first impression of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. This is no way meant to replace the Mitsubishi Xpander, not by a long shot. That car definitely has its own market, but the market for the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross is definitely like people like me. People who want to add a little bit more pizzazz, a bit more spice, a little bit more excitement in their regular old cars. And I love how this looks. We won't be giving our final thoughts or conclusions about it just yet. We'll be waiting for a full review, so watch out for that in our channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification icon so you won't miss that review or any of our videos at Zigwheels.Ph. Thanks so much for watching. Roy Robles here, and I'll see you guys next time.